The secret to keeping the lead arm or left arm straight in the golf swing is that we should actually be focusing on the trail arm to do it. Now in this video, I'm going to explain why that is, what to feel, one simple drill that I want you to use, and 2 body motions you need to have to be able to keep the lead arm straight. Now listen, when you look at good golf swings, are there some players who have some bending in the lead arm and still hit the ball solid? Absolutely. Is it easier to do it that way? Definitely not. Should we be trying to bend our arms through the swing because a handful of players do that? For sure not. Okay, what we want to be able to do is keep our lead arm relatively straight throughout the swing, which you'll see with most players, for the purpose of hitting the ball consistently solid. In terms of the arc we swing on, if we were to measure the club head to my shoulder, I want to be able to keep that about as constant as I can in the swing. And the thing that controls that arc is the length of the lead arm. Now, many players will come in and see me, and this may be you, where you see in your swing, your arm tends to break down too much throughout the swing. You struggle with contact, consistency, and power. Now, while we don't need to have the lead arm exactly straight on the way back, we do want to make sure that it's more towards straight on the way down, at impact, and through impact. And in order to do that, it would be easier to do if it was more towards straight on the way back. Now, a lot of players will come in and they're really trying to force the arm straight and they're not able to do it. Either because they don't have the correct trail arm motion or their body's out of position. In terms of the trail arm motion, what I would do and focus on just to show you, if I made a backswing and I really bent my trail arm too much, what happens to my lead arm or left arm? It's too bent as well, right? There's no way for me to have a really straight left arm if my right arm is too bent. Now, if that's true, that also means if I widen my trail arm, my right arm, I also get what for free? I get a straighter left arm. So when you make your backswing, what I want you to feel is like you're pushing away with your trail arm. In fact, when you take your grip, this little palm pad here of your right hand and the thumb pad on your left that are connected, I want you to feel like you're pushing this right hand into your left on the way back. And let's just start with that, and then I'll give you a drill and explain the body motions. But in order to get the lead arm straight, we want to push away with the trail arm. You're going to feel like the trail arm is very wide and it's pushing away from the target. And if I'm able to do that successfully, that lead arm should be more towards straight. Like if we put Tommy Fleetwood on the screen, he would be a good model example at the top of his backswing of what we're looking for. Great body motions, great lead arm at the top, great trail arm width. That would be the easiest to swing down on to keep that arc consistent to make the swing as easy as possible. So pushing with the trail arm. Now, from a drill perspective, how I like to do this is with a split grip. So if you take your setup and get your trail hand, a couple inches underneath the grip here. So I have a split hand grip. I want you to feel like you take your right palm and push into the shaft as far away as possible. Now notice as I'm doing that, my right arm is very straight. You're not going to be able to keep it that straight when you go back, okay? But it wants to feel like it's straight. Look how straight my left arm is from just focusing on pushing away with my right arm, pushing the shaft as far away as I can. So same sort of focal point. And I want you to try this with me. Get that right arm wide, push the hands up and back away from the shoulder. And that's going to help you keep that lead arm nice and straight. Now, I wish it were that easy and that's all you had to do, but the reality is you need 2 key body motions to make this work. And number 1 is extension. So I see this one a lot with players who will come in or send their swings in online, and that's that they're unable to extend, or they don't currently extend, and their arm's full. Let me show you what I mean. When you make a backswing, if you keep your chest down towards the ground and the head goes away from the target too much, this is too much forward bend. Now from here, if I had the club in my hand, I can only keep my arm straight until kind of right here. From here, in order to make a full backswing, I'm going to do what? Overfold the arms too much. I see this all the time. not enough extension, too much forward bend, and to try and get enough power, the arms have to fold to the top. Now, if I had my arms straight to here and I extended, which means chest and shoulder up, now all of a sudden, I can keep the arms straight for longer. Okay, so what I want you to do to feel this, you put a club in your chest here. What I feel as the right arm's pushing away is that the chest and the right shoulder feel like they're pointed up and back. Up and back. Now, they're not going to quite get this far, but the sensation is they point up and back. If we pull up Tommy Fleetwood again, you'll end up getting about level to the ground. But in order to get the arms wider, to have room to push them away, you want to have your chest and shoulder up and back. So as I start to add that in here with a little bit of extension and my arms being straight, I want to feel both of those together. Push away with the right arm, chest and shoulder up. That feels way easier to do. If I try and do that with my chest down, I can only go to like here. And then I would fold chest and shoulder up, push the arm away. Let's go ahead and hit one with that. So right arm pushes away, chest and shoulder up. And there I'm able to keep that lead arm pretty straight the entire way. We'll show that Tommy Fleetwood because of that. So I need to have extension during my backswing. Now, as I'm doing that extension piece, all I'm really looking to do is keep my head in the circle. If I drew a circle around my head to start, I just want to stay right in that. My head goes to the right, I didn't do it enough. Arms are going to bend. If my head goes towards the target, I overdid it. I just want to keep my head in the circle. Left shoulder will go down a little as I do it. Chest up, right shoulder up. Push away with a wide right arm. Chest up, shoulder up, wide right arm. And that's going to make your consistency of solidness of contact a lot easier. Now I would focus on the extension piece first. Like that's the one I see more often, it's the bigger problem. But body rotation is also an issue. Okay, so I see this come up as well. Someone will come in and say, Eric, my arms are bending, how come I can't fix it? And we look on video and they make a backswing like this, right? Try this yourself. Take your setup, keep your body facing towards the ball, and try and keep your arms straight for as long as you can. I can go to like right there. Now from here, if I didn't turn my body, how would I make a full backswing? You guessed it, right? Arms bend too much up to here. I see it a lot. Now if I went back down, allowed myself to turn enough as I extend, all of a sudden I can keep my arms straight for much longer. Again, the feeling is that I'm pushing away. The arm's going to still bend to about 90 degrees, but I'm feeling like I'm pushing away. So I can do some split hand grips, feel the chest and shoulder up. And I'm just going to make sure as I'm doing that my lead shoulder is feeling like it's getting back towards my trail foot. Right arm's pushing away, chest and shoulder up, lead shoulders back. I'm doing that to the point where my head stays in the circle, and I make a full 90-degree turn, okay? If you struggle with the arms over bending, you want to look in these three areas, I'm telling you. Push the right arm away, chest and shoulder up with a good enough amount of turn. Yeah, that was really solid. Now, again, you want to do this to the point where the lead arm stays straight, the right arm's about 90 degrees, like that Tommy Fleetwood version. Just want to avoid being too far forward bend. Left arm's always going to bend here. And if I don't have enough turn, left arm's always going to bend. Right arm too folded, left arm's always going to bend. Okay, one more. Chest and shoulder up, good turn, right arm pushes away. Yeah, those are all very solid 7-irons. So the secret to keeping the left arm straight, I really believe that's twofold, right? It's like focus on the trail arm, not the lead arm. That's number one. And you got to get the body motions correct. As you're extending, there's some tilting, and you have to have sufficient turning. Any questions on this sort of stuff, guys, as always, leave a comment down below. If you like this, consider clicking that like button, helps us a lot. Share it with a friend. If you do want some personalized coaching, a plan for you to improve your own swing, I'd love to see you at CogornoGolf.com. Thank you guys for watching.